Okay, so now I want to introduce a very important concept. Actually, this concept is you study this in the detail for the calculus, but it's also important for the algebra. The concept is the new concept is called a function. So let me start from the definition. Okay. A function is a rule. Function is a rule that assigns to each input exactly one output. The good way to understand this function is you can view function like a black box or like a machine. You know? So let's call this function like f. Then so you put something to this machine, so as an input, and then this machine returns something called output. Okay? For example, like so you can view this function as like a Coke machine, right? So what's the input for Coke machine? You put the coin, right? You push the button. Then what's the output? Coke, hopefully, right? So that vending machine always just the return nothing, no good. Anyway, so the good function just always returns output here, okay? Or you can just view function as like a human, like say my input. So I punch him, right? Input. So what is your output?
Pain.
Cry.
Hurting. Oh, cry.
Well, it depends on the function, right? So maybe punch back to me, right? Okay. So that's like another example of function. But in the mathematics, so of course the most useful one is the both numbers, so input and output. So typically, you put some numbers here, okay? Then the function just returns the numbers here. Then to describe this situation, I don't want to write down the picture all the time. So let's just call input as x, then let's call output as y. You can actually use your favorite letter, but this is like a typical letter which is used for this situation. Then we just write this situation, just y is equal to f of x, and then so this symbol is for the function, right? Okay. Then you write parentheses, and then so inside, so you put the input. Okay. Then this together is called f of x is called the value. Okay. Value of input x under f here. Okay. And then since this is exactly the value is output, so you just put this equal, okay, output. And then to describe function, there are 4 ways to do. It is called rule of 4. The first one, you can describe this input-output correspondence by using table. Simply, you just list the typical values. Okay, let's just look at one example. Let's say my input is -2, and suppose output is the function returns 4. the negative 1 to 1, 0 to 0, 1 to 1, and then 2 to 4, for example. Okay? So this is just the one way to describe the function. Okay? Then another way. Unfortunately, for this way, so you can never finish the order correspondence. Okay? So sometimes you can just exactly give the pattern, okay? The how x and y are related. So using formula. So this is a general description, but now for this fx part, I can just write the expression for the x, okay, to just show this correspondence. So here, if you just naturally guess, what's going on. So you see that what happens. So this y is always so for example, this 4 is like 2 times 2. The 1 is 1 times 1. So 0 is 0 times 0. In other words, it's just a squared here. Okay? And then also the negative 1 squared is 1. So you can just describe this function by using so formula like this, or so here's another way, okay? A general way to write. So you can also write this f of x equals to x squared here. Okay? So you can describe the same function using formula. Then another way. Okay. Number 3. You can visualize the function by using graph. So what you can do is you just draw 2 lines, the horizontal line and then perpendicular line, which is vertical line. Then call these x and y axis. And then, for example, these pair for the x is 2, y is 4. You can plot the point. So you just move 2 to the right, okay? So that corresponds to x equals to 2, and then now you just go 4 up. Okay? So this plot, this point is called 2, 4. Okay? And so this way, so you can describe the correspondence, right? Input 2 and output is 4. Then now you just do the same thing for the other. Okay? So for example, like 1, 1 is here, then 0, 0 is here. So now the negative 1, 1, so it's negative, so you're going this way. Okay? So it's negative 1 and 1 is here. Then negative 2 and 4, which is here. Okay? And again, the table is only 5, so that's it. But if you just use this formula, so you can compute as many as you like, and then you just connect all this, so you see that it turns out now you can connect these points by curves like this. Okay? So this way, so you can visualize. Okay? So what's going on for this function? Okay? And finally, you can just describe function by just English, right? Just by word. Well, it's not always. It could be very, very long, for the complicated function. But in this case, you can simply say that. You can just now say this function is like a command, like a direction, just a square, okay, the input. So it's a square function. So, okay. So many people just prefer this one. In some sense, this is the complete one, but also other trees are also as useful as well. Okay? So we will say just none is better than the other. Okay? So you should know all 4. Okay, thank you.